where have I been the last few weeks? So, a lot of things happening. So I thought I'd give you guys an update because I might be in and out a little bit and have been. And also things coming up are going to change the way I'm doing videos temporarily because I won't physically be able to get out this summer and do adventures and do that kind of stuff. So we'll have to find some other things to talk about that I can film at home, and so we'll kind of do that, try to keep it entertaining for you all, and just kind of, we'll all have to hold down the fort together until we can all get back out again, or I can get back out again and share that with you, and implement some of the things directions I want to go into. So including more outdoors stuff and bushcraft, overlanding, nature, all that kind of stuff. So all right, so about 7 weeks ago, Dad passed away, and so he was the last parent. And you're welcome to leave sympathy comments if you want, but I'm at peace with it. He lived a long life, and he was into his late 80s, and it was, his quality of life was deteriorating enough where I'm at peace with it. It was kind of his time, and it's okay. We all come to that point in life, when maybe somewhere inside of us we decide it's time to go, and so I'm at peace with that. So but you're welcome to leave those comments, and I do appreciate it. And there's other interesting aspects to that, though, that maybe I'll go into more detail another time, but it's interesting. I had to, so where have I been is I went back to Chicago where I grew up and where he lived, and the home where he still lived was the home where I grew up. So, you go through the house and through all the stuff and all the memories, and even just being in what's left of the woods I grew up in, and in the backyard where, just sat with memories and feelings of that in this very place from 5 years on and older. My little feet were running around in that same spot, and just really tried to connect with that and those experiences and the memories. And so it was really nice, but also a little bit bittersweet, and you just really get a sense of how life evolves and changes. It never stays still, even if we think it does. It's never stagnant, even if we're personally stagnant. And got a sense of just a renewed sense of not letting life pass us by, and how important that is to make the most of the time that we're here. And and then it's interesting going back and dealing with siblings and that kind of thing without the parents kind of being that glue, or that central focus, that center point. So just dealing with a lot of experiences there, and maybe that'll be a topic for another video, because family dynamics can be complex, at the very least, and there can be a lot of hopes there. There can be a lot of maybe things missing, unfulfilled, because in some way our siblings are so similar to us, and our parents are too. But then there can be other things get in the way. We all know family dynamics and dramatics and things like this, and so it's been an interesting journey, and took it as an opportunity to be the man I am today at 50 years old, and just show up as that person, and also learned a lot about myself, and receiving people for exactly where they're at, and seeing them who they are in this present moment, and not even comporting or meeting them with the idea of who they are in my mind, or who they used to be, and that they would still be that. Even we're different from who we were a week ago. There's some people that say people never change, but it's absolutely not true. People change, and we change whether we like it or not. And so fully just dropping any preconceptions and going in with the idea of meeting people. And this is something I'm going to carry with me, meeting people and who they are in this moment. Yeah, so anyway, so that's where I've been. So I was out in Chicago for several weeks, and then I got to drive home. So I went from Chicago back to California and had a lot of good stops in nature through Colorado and, well, the Plain States into Colorado, through Utah and Nevada, and just made the most of that trip and really just got to enjoy that, get in some scenery, take some detours, visit some friends and things like that in Denver, and it was amazing. It was a really good time. So anyway, I'm back now, and it brings me to the next part, is that I'm getting foot surgery coming up in July. And basically they have to replace a tendon in there because the tendon's all tore up, and years of running around and hiking, and most jobs I've had were active on my feet type jobs, and I think it's just years of wear and tear. So had foot pain and symptoms for a long time, and it wasn't fully diagnosed properly, but now we know what it is with an MRI, and so I have to go get that surgery done in July, and that means I'm going to be basically on my back for 3 months. I'm not worried about the surgery. I'm worried about being down for 3 months. That is going to drive me batty. I don't typically like house stuff inside. I'm not a fan of TV and that kind of thing, so I don't know. I'm going to have to get really creative on what I'm going to be doing. So, because the first 6 weeks, basically, I cannot be on my foot at all. So it's going to be laying down for the most part, or sitting up with my foot elevated, So that really limits things. And I'm not looking forward to that, but it's for the better, because this needs to be done, because, I want the next half of my life to be still very active, because I was given a choice, surgery or having a brace on my foot for the rest of my life, basically. But that won't eliminate the pain that the foot's causing, and I think also transferring pain into other parts of my body. And I've been going to the chiropractor. Things are kind of misaligned and stuff, so that really won't fix the bigger picture. So basically I'm going to be down to about Halloween, really. So as far as what that means for you and I in this channel is, I might have to do some filming from in the house, or just laying on my back or something. We'll have to find some other things to talk about. So I have some ideas. So we'll talk about, adventure, vehicle, travel, forerunners, things like that. But it'll have to be discussions more so than actually doing it. So I have some ideas that should be very interesting. So definitely stick around, and we'll have some cool topics to talk about too, and get sorted out. And looking into, one of the things I want to talk about is that with the C word, everything that's happened in the world the last year and a half, and the huge increase in people getting into the outdoors, which is something we want. We want people to be connected to nature and get outside. I think nature is an essential part of our health and well-being. But there's a dark side to that, and I think going out in nature doesn't imply that a connection with nature is automatically happening. So I want to maybe delve into that topic a bit too, and how we can, with RV sales went up, I think 5 times what they were, and we know overlanding is hugely popular right now, and I'm seeing the land closures happening. I'm seeing the places that I've known for the 20 plus years I've been in California have just been wore out and used up, basically. So those are some topics that I think are important culturally that we need to talk about too. And we'll get into truck stuff and all kinds of cool stuff. So stick around, and that's where I've been, and that's why I haven't been here or have made much videos lately. I've just been really busy. So the next month I got a few appointments, pre-op appointments, that kind of thing. I'm going to definitely get out as much as I can for the next 6 weeks or so. Make the most of my time on my feet. All right, guys. Thank you again so much for watching. Appreciate you all, as always, and talk to you soon. Thanks.